The September 2022 update for Zwift has landed, version 1.29.0, and finally, there's a lot to cover. So coming up in this video. After almost 4 years of level 50 being released, level 60 finally arrives. The much requested hand cycles are now represented in-game. Ride-on bombs can now be dropped in events. There's been a few updates to the new home screen. There's slightly better Apple TV remote support. Smart turn selection at intersections is now available with steering hardware, and there's a few other things to know about too. Now, before digging into further details on all of those, remember to hit subscribe on this YouTube channel. It really helps out, and you'll get notifications if you have that little bell turned on of videos just like this one appearing. Now, onto level 60, arguably the biggest news since level 50 back in December 2018. So as you ride or run on Zwift, you will accumulate or earn XP, experience points. Initially, Zwift only had up to level 25. A lot of us got there pretty quickly. That required you to get 110,000 XP, and then along came level 50. And some interesting mathematics about how they rolled that out. So level 50 requires you to get 500,000 XP, but a lot of us had a lot more than 500,000. Upon logging in, when that update came out, we were all reverted back to 110,000 XP. We were also given the option to have an accelerated path through to the XP that we previously had. So we could level up quicker if we've already done the miles or kilometers. Confusing, of course, but thankfully that's all in the past, except for today. It's kind of the same. Today, if you had more than 500,000 XP, well, they're gone. You're back to 500,000 XP. But it's not all bad news. You will get an accelerated path at double the standard XP rate back to where you were with XP points. Is that like an ATM machine? Anyhow, this morning before the update, I had just over 900,000 XP. Now upon logging in, I've only got 500,000. But the little icon right there indicates that I'm on an accelerated path all the way through to level 60. Level 60 will require you to have 750,000 XP. As always, Zwift Insider has a great post on this one, along with all the unlocks that you'll get at each level. Also, keep an eye out for those level 50 socks. Apparently they are hot property. Appearing this month is another much requested feature, the hand cycle. Now this is selectable in your garage. You do not need to make an additional purchase from the drop shop. Anybody can ride them, steering works, and the camera angles are as expected. Further detail on the drafting of these bikes: an upright bike cannot draft a hand cycle can draft another hand cycle, and a hand cycle will get only half the drafting effect when drafting an upright bike. Since the rollout of clubs on Zwift, giving user groups the ability to create their own events, I suspect this is where we'll see a lot of hand cycle groups or clubs creating their own events to ride and race against each other, bringing in an element of fairness to using those bikes. So it's a great day for hand cyclists. I can't wait to see those rolling around in-game. And I think the next GP Llama live stream where we do an Alpe Zwift descent, we should all switch to those bikes and set some new PBs. Apparently they're pretty fast on the downhills. Next up, the ride-on bomb option in the companion app, that little circle there that when you press, 5 riders or up to 5 riders around you get a ride on, will now appear in events. Onto the new home screen and some updates for the new home screen if you have it. And they've now introduced smarter in-game recommendations of what to do based on your past activities. It might take a few activities to learn what you like and then present things accordingly. Also this month, the much unloved Apple TV remote gets a small update in Zwift, giving you the ability to pan sideways if you do a little side scroll. That should be with all versions of the remote, assuming you still have one and it hasn't been launched into outer space. Apparently the new home screen is not too far away for Apple TV users too. Turning now to an undocumented feature rollout this month, Smart Turn at Intersections. If you have a smart steering block, such as a jet black turn riser, the Elite Statizo Smart or Elite Riser, you can now select the direction you want to go at intersections with the turn of a wheel. Turning left or right far enough will scroll through the options. I assume it works the same for the Kicker bike steering buttons too. It's handy, but it possibly could get in the way if you're trying to pick an optimal line through intersections. This is something people have asked for a while now, and I'm keen to get your feedback on how it goes. For me, it's a little bit clumsy. Other miscellaneous things in-game, the Cadex TT bike makes an appearance. Apparently the Anvil power-up becomes smart, and the automatic smart screenshots have had a few optimizations made. So there it is, what's new on Zwift for September 2022, and I'm sure there's a few other things I've missed as well. Those changelogs can be a little cryptic. If you spot anything else that I've missed here, let me know in the comments below. And with that, thanks for watching.